All right. Hi, guys. How's everybody doing today? If you're joining me live, just say hi in the comments. Let me know if you're joining me live. And then if you are watching the replay, hi, welcome. Thank you for watching the replay. And if you would just put hashtag replay in the comments so I know that you did watch the replay. All right. So when it comes to reversing health issues and losing weight, what sort of lifestyle habits do you think of? Let me know in the chat or in the comments. What kind of lifestyle habits um, do you think of? Like, what are the first things you think of when you're thinking of like reversing health issues, losing weight, things like that? Um, Well, so you probably think of diet and exercise, right? Like that's probably one of the first things that you think of, diet and exercise. And you would be right. Like that is very important. Diet and exercise are a very important component um, of health and losing weight and losing and reversing health issues. Um, but but it's not the only thing. We talk about other things all the time. Like we do talk about how important diet is, how important exercise is, and things like that. But I also try to bring you other things that you may not think of yourself, that your doctor may not tell you, that your if you have like a trainer or a gym that you go to, people in your life that that mentor you and you get advice from, they may not know these things either, and they may not tell you these things. And so I try to bring you other things besides just healthy diet and movement and things like that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, is another alternative to, and I don't want to say alternative because I do want you to still eat healthy food and get your movement and all that, but something other than that that you probably don't know that you need to be thinking of if you want to reverse a health issue or to lose weight, right? So, so I'm going to be sharing something with you today that I share with my clients, and this is something I share with them when they feel like they're doing all the things right, like all the things they're to lose weight or reverse health issues. They feel like they're eating all the right food, they're getting their movement, they're limiting stress or managing their stress well, they're getting their sleep. When they feel like they're doing all these things and they still are having issues with their health, or they're still having issues losing weight, this is what I talk to them about. This is what we dive into. So, and this is something like I said, you don't really hear about unless you are into holistic health, because that's what I try to teach you guys, is holistic health, like natural things, not things, that, you go get a prescription for, or things like that. I'm trying to teach you guys holistic health, things that you can do yourself to heal your health issues and to help you lose the weight that you want to, or get the health that you want to. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about your toxic load. Your toxic load is super important and could be the thing holding you back from your health goals. So I want to explain what toxic load is. I want to dive into that first. And then, of course, I'm going to give you some simple steps that you can take to lower your toxic load. So let's talk about toxic load first. This actually refers to the accumulation of toxins and chemicals that we absorb in our body. We get these toxins from a variety of places, right? It can be from our environment, the food we eat, the water we drink, and like personal care and household products. Those are the main places that we get toxins. We absorb toxins into our body through these things. And some common toxins that we come in contact with daily are heavy metals, herbicides and pesticides, and endocrine, let me say that right, endocrine, endocrine, endocrine disrupting chemicals. I always have trouble with that word. I don't know why. So these are the things that we come in contact with usually on a daily basis, and we're not even aware that we're getting these toxins, right? We just do our routine, we do our habits, and we go about our day, and we don't realize how many toxins we're actually absorbing into our system and how we're raising our toxic load. And so our bodies can only process toxins through our liver and kidneys. And these organs can only process so many before they start to build up in the body and build up to unhealthy levels, right? And when you have a buildup of toxins, it starts to cause hormonal dysfunction. It also can cause cellular damage, increased sensitivities to like allergens, and a weakened immune system that leads to chronic illness and inflammation. So, your toxic load, when it gets too high, it can cause all of these things. And this is when you start having symptoms show up, health issues show up when your toxic load is too high for your body to process, right? It can't process all the toxins coming into your body. And so then this is what starts to happen: hormonal dysfunction, cellular damage, allergies, things like that. And then, of course, like a weakened immune system. And that's when you start having chronic illness and inflammation. Okay. So, so let me know in the comments if this makes sense or if you have any questions about this. Let me know if I explained that okay, or if you have any additional questions that you want me to answer. Okay, so so it's impossible to avoid all toxins, right? Like we can't just avoid toxins. You come in contact with them, even if you are, trying to do your best to get clean products and things like that. There's still toxins in the environment, in the air we breathe, in cities, and, like pollution in the air and all these things. And so we can't, it's really impossible to get rid of toxins altogether, right? Even back in the old days when we didn't have all the stuff we have now, you know they still came in contact with toxins, and that's why we have a liver and kidneys. That's to process these toxins so they don't kill us. And but the thing is now we live in an environment that is just full of them, and our body is not used to having to deal with this many toxins. So we can't avoid them, but there are ways to reduce our exposure to toxins and to lower our toxic load. So we can do both of those things to help reverse health issues and to help with our weight loss. So I'm going to give you some simple ways you can do it. I think I have 5 ways today. And these are like the easiest ones to start with. And if you do ever work with me as a one-on-one client, then we dive much deeper into this, and I help you like pinpoint, what toxins you're coming in contact with, that are really hurting your health. But these five are great to start with. And if you know nothing about toxins or your toxic load, these are going to really make a difference. If you aren't aware of them, and you've never, tried to lower your toxic load, these five are going to be great for you to start with. So, the first thing is to start transitioning your household and beauty products to cleaner versions. So I did this several years ago. I started doing this after I realized, the products I was using were highly toxic. They were very toxic. And so I started doing this. I started with just looking for products made without phthalates, parabens, sulfates, and fragrance. Those were the four things: phthalates, parabens, sulfates, and fragrance. These are things that are toxic to us. When we breathe them in, we get them on our skin and they seep in through our skin and things like that. They're in the air, we breathe them, So that's what I started with. And what you can do, and what I did, is you can start slowly transitioning your products by buying a cleaner version once you run out of what you have, right? So like a kitchen cleaner, a bathroom cleaner, toilet bowl cleaner, any beauty products like makeup, face lotions and shampoos, conditioners, soaps, body washes, things like that. All of these things, you can just finish them up. But then when you need to buy a new bar of soap or a new body wash or new shampoo or whatever it is, new makeup, start looking for cleaner versions made without these four things that I named: phthalates, parabens, sulfates, and fragrances. That right there alone is going to dramatically reduce your toxic load. If you start just once you use a product up, you look for a cleaner version made without these things. That's gonna lower your toxic load. And one big complaint is that a lot of things are a lot of cleaner versions are more expensive, and that used to be the case, but now you're seeing more like mainstream products, like regular products that are taking these things out. So it's actually pretty much the same price now with a lot of things. Now there are still some things that are, you are going to pay more for because they're cleaner versions, but a lot of companies are waking up to this and realizing that there's a demand for cleaner products, and they're taking these things out. So that's what you just have to look for. Just look for products made without these things. And one thing another tip I'll give you is you can download the Environmental Working Group app. It's a free app. It's called EWG for short. And you can download that. And when you are in the store and you're like, okay, I think I found a good product, you can scan that product, scan the barcode of that product, and it will tell you how clean it is or how toxic it is. So some things get like an A, B, C, D, E, F. No, not E. A, B, C, D, F grade. So, you can see how toxic they are. And then some products, like I think beauty products are more, the cleaning products are like A, B, C, D, F. And the beauty products are like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how toxic they are. And so it will tell you, and then it'll tell you, oh, if you click on that product or that grade that it is giving. You can see all the ingredients and what ingredients are considered toxic and things like that. So this is a really simple thing that I do when I'm looking for another product, or when I'm like, hey, that product looks good. Let me scan it with my EWG app and see how clean it is. And I've been surprised. Thinking, oh, this is super clean. It looks good. It's organic, all these things. And then it got like a D or an F. And then the opposite, like a mainstream product that you would think is really toxic gets a good grade, like an A or a B. So you just never know. And that's why this app is so great. And I tell my clients to use it too, because it really helps when you're shopping for these things. Okay, so my next tip is to store and heat your food in glass, ceramic, or stainless steel. Now, obviously, we don't want to heat up food in stainless steel, but what I'm talking about, like stainless steel, you can use for like your water bottles and things. That's what I tend to use, is stainless steel or ceramic, like for coffee mugs or whatever. But I use glass for like storing my food and heating my food. So I have these Rubbermaid glass containers that I use to store my food in. And now it's okay to use plastic containers if you're not going to heat your food in them. If you're just going to keep it cold, like if you put like fresh fruit or something in there, that's fine because you're not heating it. It's staying in the refrigerator, right? But it's when you heat it causes the most harm. So I do have plastic containers that I may use like here and there, like for something I'm not going to heat. But anytime I have food that I plan on reheating, I put it in a glass container. So I'm not reheating it in plastic. So plastic containers contain endocrine disrupting chemicals and obesogens. Have y'all ever heard that term, obesogens? Well, it's a toxic chemical in plastics that do just what it says. It makes you obese. These toxic chemicals cause your fat cells to get bigger. So your body doesn't like these. They're toxic to your body. So, and endocrine disrupting chemicals, this is going to cause symptoms and health issues when you just keep building these up, when you keep using these plastic containers and these plastic water bottles and, and the plastics are getting into your food when you heat them, or when your water bottle sits in your car and gets heated, and you get these tiny microplastics in your water bottle and in your food, and then you're eating them and drinking them. That is putting endocrine disrupting chemicals like toxins in your body, and it's also putting obesogens in your body. And so you want to avoid this. These chemicals especially transfer into your food when you heat them in the microwave and things like that. So even if you put it like on a paper plate coated with plastic, that plastic has these chemicals in there. And so it's gonna, when your food is heated on those paper plates coated with plastic, that's going to release these microplastics into your food. And so you want to switch what dishes you're using. Even if you just use paper plates, get the ones without coating on them, without the plastic coating on them. And they make them, they're really easy to find now. So making this switch, this one easy, simple switch, can have a big impact on your toxic load. So try that one. Okay, number 3 is to switch to drinking filtered water whenever possible. So let's talk about this because a lot of people don't think that this is important. They don't think they need to filter their water. But this reduces your exposure to chlorine and fluoride, which both negatively impact your thyroid gland. You know, you hear about a lot of people having thyroid issues these days. Well, you know, studies show that it's our exposure to chlorine and fluoride, and what's in our water, chlorine and fluoride, among other things. But these are the 2 big toxins that you find in drinking water, in tap water. And now we're having all these thyroid issues in our country. So your thyroid gland affects your metabolic rate. You know, it affects your weight gain or your weight loss. It can slow down your metabolism. So switching to filtered water can help raise your metabolism by lowering your exposure to these toxins. So some ways to do this are to install a water filter on your faucet, which is super easy. You know, you just put it on your kitchen faucet. And that will help filter out the chlorine and fluoride. And then you can also get a water pitcher. I used to have a Brita water pitcher that I kept in my refrigerator, and I would fill it up. And it had a water filter in the top of it on the lid. And so when you would pour the water into your cup, it would filter that water out. So you can do that. And then you can they also make, which there may be other brands, but I have a Brita water bottle. And what it does is it has a filter in it. And so when you're on the go, when you're going to work, when you're going to school or running errands, and you know, like I always take my water bottle with me where I go. And so what it does is it filters the water for you because the straw has like a filter in it. So it's filtering that. And that's the water bottle I always take with me when I'm on the go, when I'm out and about, because then when I refill it, I don't have to drink the tap water that's, you know, at the water fountain or, you know, wherever. I don't have to buy a plastic water bottle. I just bring my water bottle with me, refill it, and it filters the water for me, you know, through my water bottle. So those are the 3 ways that you can filter your water. And I can put, if y'all are interested in the water bottle I use, the Brita water bottle, I can put that in the comments when I get through with this. So, and then the filter, in the water bottle, you just can I think you change it like every 3 months or so. But I use different water bottles, so I don't use it every day. Like if I'm at home, I'm already drinking filtered water. So I don't use it every day. So I only change mine like every 6 months because I'm not using it daily. But if you're using it daily, then yeah, you need to change the filter in there like every 3 months. So so I can put that below if y'all are interested in that. Okay, let's go to the next one. The fourth tip I have is to consume organic whenever possible. So consume organic food whenever possible. So doing this reduces your intake of endocrine disrupting chemicals, pesticides, and herbicides used during farming. So even when you wash and clean your produce well, these toxins still seep into the food that you eat. So when they are when your fruits and vegetables are being farmed and they're sprayed with these toxic chemicals like these herbicides and pesticides, yes, you can wash the surface of your fruits and vegetables and get some of the toxins off. But the problem is, and what research shows is, they still seep into the some of the fruits and vegetables. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But they still seep into some of them. And so the best way to avoid as many toxins like pesticides, herbicides, as you can is to buy organic when you can, right? So a good rule of thumb that I've always, and I think I got this from in the environmental working group. I'm pretty sure I read one of their articles that said to do this, that this was a good rule of thumb. So I'm bringing that to you. If your food has a peel, then it's okay to buy regular, not like non-organic, like bananas or oranges, avocados, things like that. You can actually buy regular. Like I don't buy organic avocados because they have a peel on them that I don't eat. And so that peel kind of protects it from those toxic chemicals, and so they don't seep into your food, you know. And the environmental working group tests these fruits and vegetables every year to see which ones are more toxic and less toxic and things like that. And what they found through doing that is that anything with a peel is more protected from seeping into the food that you're eating. If it has a peel that you don't eat, then you're going to be more protected. So that's usually what I go with. I don't buy like organic bananas or organic oranges and things like that because they have a peel. So that is a way to like cut down on, you know, the cost and having to buy everything organic. So just if it has a peel, you can buy it regular. And if it doesn't, then try to buy it organic when you can. And let me tell you, like, strawberries, every single year that they test strawberries, that is one of the most toxic fruits that you can buy. It's heavily sprayed with pesticides and things. So if I'm at the grocery store, and my daughter, she loves strawberries, like that is her favorite thing to eat, like her favorite fruit. But if they don't have organic, I just don't buy them, you know, or I'll buy them frozen because I don't want her eating those toxins. So, you know, we either pick something else out or we buy it or frozen, like organic frozen strawberries, because those are one of the most toxic fruits, like I said. And so you never want to buy those regular, or you're just, you know, you think you're eating healthy by, you know, eating strawberries. They're high in antioxidants. They have a great fiber in them and things like that. They are healthy for you. They're very good for blood sugar because they are, you know, they don't raise your blood sugar as much as other fruits. But if you're taking in these toxins, you know, you're doing more harm than good, really, because you're building your toxic load by eating regular strawberries, and you're getting all these pesticides that are affecting your thyroid and your fat cells and giving you symptoms and giving you health issues. And I'm not trying to scare you guys, but when you do this for years and years, well, that's what, you know, after so many years, it builds up. That's your toxic load builds up after eating regular strawberries for 15, 20 years. That's when you start to notice, you know, that's when your toxic load gets too high, and you start to have symptoms and health issues. So I'm not trying to scare you. I just want to educate you so you know, so you're more aware of these things, so you can make these changes, right? So that's my next tip, is to buy organic whenever possible, but you know, at least buy the things that don't have a peel, you know. And that's a great thing to keep in mind when you're shopping. So this switch greatly reduces your toxic load if you can make this one little switch to just buying what you buy normally, but buy it organic. Okay, and my last tip is to exercise. And I know I said in the beginning that okay, diet and exercise are important for a healthy lifestyle, for preventing disease, reversing disease, losing weight. But um, it's more than just burning calories, right? So getting movement and sweating helps reduce your toxic load by promoting circulation of blood and lymph. So a lot of us just think, oh, it's about burning calories. It's really not. It's so much more than that. I actually don't even think about it for that. I don't care how many calories I burn when I, am active. I just, I know, I want to sweat. I want to build muscle because muscle is, essential for health. And I know when I sweat, um, I'm sweating out toxins. That helps you sweat out toxins to helps you reduce your toxic load. But it also helps with circulation, with blood circulation, and helps lymph get moving. And that's a lot of times our toxins live in that lymph, in our lymph nodes and things like that. And when you move your body, it helps get those things moving and out of your body. So that helps your body with elimination of waste products and toxins. And exercise also increases the delivery of nutrients and oxygen to your organs and muscles. So, and this helps your body repair and helps it function better when you do this. So exercise is great for all of these things, for reducing your toxic load, for preventing health issues, so I wouldn't even think about it for like, how many calories did I burn? That's not the important thing. The important thing is to sweat and increase your circulation so you can get rid of toxins and help get nutrients and oxygen to your body. And that will help you have a healthier body, a healthier, more, you'll be more healthy, and you'll feel better, you'll have more energy and things like that. So those are my 5 tips. And you guys, if you've been trying to lose weight and reverse a health issue and it seems like nothing is working, I want you to try these tips and see if it helps you get moving in the right direction. And I love to know, like, if something that I share on these videos helps you, if it gives you a new perspective and it helps you think of things that you haven't thought about before, and you add them into your lifestyle. I love to know these things. I love to know if my tips help you. So if you try these, let me know, like message me, put it in the group. Let me know if these things have helped you. And if you are wanting to dive deeper into eliminating toxins to reverse health issues, I can help you with this. Like I said earlier, that's what I help my clients with. When I see that, when I'm working with them and I see that they have a health issue that might be related to a high toxic load, we dive into that, So if you are wanting this, if you think that might be your problem and you want to know more, you want extra help with that, I can help you. Just put me in the comments. And I will DM you, and I can, give you some options, or we can just talk about it. Like, if you can tell me a little bit more about what's going on for you and why you might think that it's your toxic load. And I can kind of give you my input and tell you what I think and give you some advice. So if you are interested in that, just put me in the comments and I'll know to go ahead and DM you. And that's all for today, you guys. I hope you have a great week, and I hope these tips help you, and I will see you next week. All right, bye.